Russian hybrid warfare is an intricate blend of cyber and physical operations, seamlessly integrated to achieve strategic goals. A 2024 report by the CyberDia team highlights a pattern observed between 2022 and 2024, where cyber attacks by Russian-affiliated groups were consistently followed by missile strikes after a delay of approximately 1 month. This calculated sequence of attacks appears to be aimed at weakening infrastructure resilience before physical assaults, establishing a key characteristic of Russian cyber warfare over the past 2 years. Building on CyberDia's research, this article further expands on Russia's cyber warfare ecosystem, with a particular focus on the groups that operate under the Kremlin's hybrid military strategy. This includes both state-backed entities and independent but aligned groups such as Qilin and Killnet. A 2022 report from the Regional Cyber Defense Center, a subsidiary of Lithuania's National Cybersecurity Center, identified 6 major organizations involved in Russian cyber operations. Dragonfly, a cyber espionage unit operating under FSB Center 16, also known as Military Unit 713305. Dragonfly focuses on critical infrastructure such as energy, water supply, and defense sectors worldwide. Gameridan connected to FSB Center 18. This group specializes in gathering intelligence from Ukrainian governmental, law enforcement, and defense institutions. AP-29, also known as Cozy Bear. Affiliated with Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, or SVR, AP-29 conducts global cyber espionage campaigns targeting governments, tech companies, and private organizations. AP-28, or Fancy Bear. Associated with GRU Unit 26165, this group is notorious for its involvement in election interference, including the 2016 hack of the U.S. Democratic National Committee. Its targets include political groups, governments, and military institutions. Sandworm. Operated by GRU Unit 74455, Sandworm is responsible for major cyber attacks such as the NotPetya ransomware outbreak in 2017 and the 2018 Olympic destroyer malware attack, both of which caused widespread global disruption. Temp. Veles, also known as Tsnikem. Linked to Russia's Ministry of Defense, this group developed the Triton malware, designed to compromise safety mechanisms in industrial control systems. These organizations serve as the core of Russia's cyber warfare infrastructure, utilizing sophisticated techniques to disrupt infrastructure, steal sensitive information, and destabilize geopolitical adversaries. Qilin, an independent but pro-Russian hacking group, gained notoriety in mid-2024 after carrying out a ransomware attack on Synovis, a medical services provider in London. The breach severely impacted healthcare operations, forcing the cancellation of surgeries, halting blood transfusions, and delaying test results. In an encrypted dark web interview published in June 2024, Qilin's members framed their actions as ideologically driven, expressing dissatisfaction with Western governments while portraying themselves as defenders of their homeland. This rhetoric closely resembles the narratives promoted in Russian state propaganda and even echoes the linguistic patterns used by Russian leadership. Qilin's cyber activities trace back to November 2022, with leaked databases revealing attacks on organizations such as Dialogue Information Technology, an Australian firm. By December 2024, their database leaks had been accessed over 250,000 times. Within the same year, Qilin reportedly breached 135 different databases, exposing over 32 terabytes of personal information. Another major player in this ecosystem is Killnet, a group primarily focused on executing large-scale distributed denial-of-service attacks. The organization operates under a structured hierarchy, with subgroups specializing in intelligence gathering and targeted cyber assaults. Killnet's leader, known as Kill Milk, claims that the group has thousands of members, some of whom are based in Western countries. In an interview, Kill Milk suggested that a recent attack on Boeing involved collaboration with hundreds of individuals in the United States. The increasing level of coordination between loosely affiliated cybercriminal groups and state actors suggests that Russia's cyber warfare ecosystem is evolving into a more structured and expansive operation. Certain cyber collectives, such as the People's Cyber Army and ExactNet, operate under the guise of grassroots hacktivist organizations, but are believed to have direct ties to Russian security services. The People's Cyber Army focuses on DDoS attacks and has been linked to Sandworm, also known as GRU Unit 74455. ZachNet has been accused of sharing stolen data with Russian intelligence agencies, suggesting an increasingly blurred line between independent hackers and state-sponsored operations. These groups function within a gray zone, neither entirely independent nor fully under government control, allowing Russia to maintain plausible deniability while benefiting from their actions. This hybrid approach to cyber warfare closely resembles the structure of the Wagner Group, which operated as a private military company but acted in alignment with Kremlin objectives. Malware development serves as a common entry point for hackers looking to join established cyber groups. Many start by using publicly available hacking tools before advancing to more sophisticated, custom-built malware. Killnet, for instance, relies on open-source scripts for its large-scale DDoS attacks, while Qilin develops its own ransomware. The transition from amateur to professional hacking often leads to deeper integration with state-backed operations. In November 2024, APT-28, GRU Unit 26165, demonstrated the level of sophistication these groups can achieve by executing a nearest-neighbor attack against a U.S. company working with Ukraine. The attackers first infiltrated a Wi-Fi network in a neighboring building and used it as a bridge to access the target's secure system. This method represents the cutting edge of Russian cyber intelligence tactics. Russia's cyber warfare network is fluid, consisting of both ideologically motivated hackers and organized cyber syndicates. While some groups operate autonomously, others function as direct extensions of state intelligence agencies. Peripheral groups, such as Qilin and Killnet, act as testing grounds for new cyber tactics. Their successes and innovations can lead to increased collaboration with Russian state entities, reinforcing the ecosystem's adaptability. Over time, this symbiotic relationship has helped create a multi-layered cyber warfare structure, with less experienced hackers gradually moving into more advanced and coordinated operations. A critical factor in this ecosystem is the role of Russian AI-driven propaganda. After the death of Yevgeny Prigozhin, evidence suggests that his bot networks evolved into AI-powered disinformation systems, making them more effective and persistent. This integration of artificial intelligence into cyber warfare enhances the reach and impact of Russian influence campaigns. As cyber operations become more interconnected with state-backed intelligence, the boundaries between independent hacking groups, criminal syndicates, and government agencies continue to erode. This convergence creates a flexible and scalable cyber warfare model that is difficult to counter using traditional security measures. This evolving landscape also raises broader questions about the nature of propaganda and ideology in cyber warfare. Do groups like Qilin truly believe they are defending their homeland, or are they unwitting participants in a larger strategic manipulation? As philosopher Slavoj Zizek once noted, they do not know it, but they are doing it. Just as individuals may unknowingly perpetuate ideological systems through their actions, groups within Russia's cyber warfare ecosystem may operate under the illusion of independence while ultimately serving the Kremlin's broader objectives. The challenge for Western security agencies is to develop a dynamic, multi-layered response that can counteract the adaptability of Russian cyber warfare before the lines between independent cybercrime and state-sponsored attacks blur beyond recognition.